Hello. Good morning, YouTube. It is once again time for Tetris in the morning. It is 7:39 a.m. March 8th, 2021. I'm actually going to send the link out this time so people can watch if they want to. Playing Tetris. Smiley face. I hope everyone had a good weekend. All right, cool. So today we're playing the NES version of Tetris, which, to my knowledge, is mechanically identical to the Game Boy port we played Friday. Differences here are obviously there are much more. There are more than 4 colors on the screen. Different music. This one doesn't have the classic Tetris theme that everyone knows, but it does have some bangers. Again, music 2 is my preferred one to listen to, so we'll do that, and we'll jump right into it. Yeah, I hope everyone had a good weekend. I sure did. I didn't have to work, which was nice. I started playing a new game. Well, I say new. I played it when I was a young boy, but I picked it up again with the intention of actually finishing it. Final Fantasy 12 was originally a PS2 game. Again, I played it when I was 12 years old, so I don't remember a whole lot from it. But they remade it for the PS4, I think the Xbox One, and the Switch. And I'm playing it on the Switch. I'm really enjoying it. I don't know why. Actually, I do know why. This is already off to a bad start. You should not have a tower like that this early in the game. When I played Final Fantasy 12 as a kid, there was this one specific section that I got stuck on, and I couldn't figure out how to beat it. So, after 50-something hours into this JRPG, I just I couldn't progress. I didn't know how. I was a dumb young boy. But picked it up again because my roommate's playing it, and we've been hanging out in the living room, just playing it. And that's been a lot of fun. I don't know if the creators, when they made the game, knew what they were doing, but the storyline is basically just it's Star Wars. It is 100% Star Wars. The main character is this kid who doesn't know what he's getting into, and he meets a sky pirate named Balthier, and his not quite human sidekick. Her name is Fran. She's what are they called? They're called Viera, and this is not going well. They're called Viera, and they have rabbit ears. The most Final Fantasy thing. They are human-ish, but they have rabbit ears. Anyway, so there's a princess who's been captured by the Empire, and you have to save her. It's straight up just Star Wars, but it's a lot of fun. It's quite a departure from. Did I turn the? Okay, I turned the game volume down earlier, and I had to make sure I turned it back up. Final Fantasy 12 was the first Final Fantasy game that was different mechanically from the others. Up until that point, they were all turn-based and had random encounters. Aside from Final Fantasy 11, but that one was an MMO. In 12, you're roaming the world, and enemies are visible to you. You just walk up to them and fight them, and it's not turn-based. You set you set commands for your party to follow, and then they'll fight that way. But anyway, it's a good game. If you are a Final Fantasy fan but haven't played 12, I think it's worth a shot. What else did I do this weekend? Not a lot, I don't think. I started playing Final Fantasy on Friday, maybe Saturday, and I've put in like 14 hours already. So that's kind of been all I've done. Friday night, I watched the season finale or series finale, I'm not sure, of WandaVision. That was so good. That show is, I'm not gonna say any spoilers or anything, but that show lives in my head rent-free. Like I'm having dreams about it. I'm thinking about it all day. In my opinion, it's the best thing Marvel's put out, like including movies, including their other shows. It's the best thing Marvel's done. And I'm not like the biggest Marvel fan, right? But I really like Scarlet Witch, and I like WandaVision a lot. It's good. It's a good show. All the episodes are out. If you haven't watched it, there's no reason not to, unless you just don't have Disney Plus. But it's worth buying a month of the service to watch the show, in my opinion. But yeah, hope everyone else had a good weekend. I sure did. Am I still on the first game? I totally zoned out. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm pretty sure I'm still on the first round of Tetris here. I saved it. It wasn't looking good for a while. I got it. One thing that's different about this port of Tetris compared to the Game Boy port that I played Friday is whenever you progress a level, every 10 lines you clear, you progress a level, right? And what happens at that point is the blocks start falling faster, and that's universal. That's just Tetris. It's just the way Tetris do. But in this port, making bad moves. Whenever you progress a level, the colors of the blocks change. Keeps kind of fresh. In the Game Boy version, like, there are only 4 colors that the Game Boy can produce, and they're all just shades of green. It's just the same the whole way through. And though technically this one, like, it looks better and like probably plays better because you have like an actual NES controller and you're not on a cramped handheld. Despite all of that, I still prefer the Game Boy port. Maybe it's just nostalgia because it's the one that I always played, but I just prefer it. I don't know. This is superior in many ways, but it doesn't have that classic Tetris music that everyone knows and loves. But this track is still pretty good. I like it. I'm excited to get into some of the more wacky Tetris games. No spoilers, but there's one in particular on the PS1 that I'm excited to play. Oh no! Oh no! Dang. That's not. I mean, that was a fine round. Could be better. Will be better. The next game, I think that was a warm-up round, right? The next one will be the one. Made some coffee this morning. I'm not having the Coca-Cola coffee that I had before. I said that was a warm-up round, but you can see right there, I already had a warm-up, so that was just not an amazing. Man, this controller. It's really hard to come across good NES controllers now because they don't make, like, there's not a third-party company that makes really good ones, and the old ones are, you know, like 36 years old by now. So I'm sitting here and I'm just when I was like trying to type in my name, I was trying to push the up button and it just wasn't moving. This poor thing. Maybe I can take it apart and like clean the contacts and get a few more years out of it. I just never think to do that with controllers. Oh my gosh. Here's something that I kind of blanked, kind of just erased from my mind a little bit. I'm a pro wrestling fan. I don't watch like every week, but I watch the pay-per-views, and try to keep up as best as I can. It's hard to stay into to wrestling right now because of like without a crowd, right? It's the whole vibe is off, and the big two companies that I watch, WWE and AEW, they've tried to kind of combat that. Like AEW, they do like limited attendance shows, so there is a little bit of a crowd, but it's not huge. Most of their crowd sounds come from like wrestlers that they just have like next to the ring, just cheering on their fellow man. I've dug myself into a hole. Oh no, there we go, I fixed it. Kinda. Anyway, the vibe is off because like you can't hear the crowd, or there is no crowd to hear. But that's neither here nor there. I'm a huge fan of AEW, which is like a newer promotion that's on TNT. Has a bunch of new wrestlers and like old guys who used to be with WWE and other companies. A lot of really good talent at AEW. And they put out a good show. But they had a pay-per-view last night, Revolution. And it was fine. It wasn't like a mind-blowing pay-per-view or anything. They hardly ever are in current year. But the main event of the night. The main event was called a exploding barbed wire death match, which is just the most 90s extreme wrestling thing I've ever heard. I did not have high hopes going into it. I knew it was just going to be like, haha, look, it's bloody. We are covered in blood. Isn't this cool? And that's basically what it was. It was two of my favorite wrestlers in the company, John Moxley and Kenny Omega. Love Kenny Omega. He's kind of playing the bad guy right now, but he's still great. He's still one of the best there is. So the whole shtick with the exploding barbed wire death match is three sides of the ring are the ropes are covered in barbed wire. All right, that's cool. Kind of, you know. So don't touch the ropes or you will be barbed wired. That's fine. But the barbed wire is rigged with explosives. So when you touch it, the explosives will go off. And the idea is they're selling it to you like if they touch the ring or if they touch the ropes, the barbed wire will explode and then they'll just have like shards of metal in their arms and stuff. Whatever. It's something that a kid will watch and be like, oh my god, that's so cool. Like, they're gonna die. Excuse me. But the explosives were like firecrackers. Like, a little bit of dust came off of them and that was it. So the thing was the match had to end before like 30 minutes or something like that. After the 30-minute mark, all the explosives were rigged to go off at the same time and cause extreme damage to anyone who's in the ring. Like, this is a career-shortening match, stuff like that. and the match ended before that time limit came. But the guy who lost was sitting there in the ring, like, quote unquote unconscious. Good morning, Matt. I'm just telling everyone about the exploding barbed wire death match. Yeah. So the guy who lost, he's just laying there in the ring, unconscious. He got beat up by the other dude and some of his friends. I'm not spoiling who won, who lost, but he's laying there in the ring, unconscious, and then like the explosives are gonna go off in 1 minute, and this other guy comes out who's supposed to be like he's been a heel for a while, I guess. And he's coming out to save his buddy. So he's like, the explosives are gonna go off. I can't get this guy out of here. I'm gonna cover him. I'm gonna use my body as a shield. You know, Captain America, the First Avenger, jumping on the grenade. And then the timer runs out, and like we're expecting this huge explosion. Like people are gonna die, right? All four corners of the ring have like sparklers taped to the outside, so the sparklers go off and some firecrackers go off, and there's like a little bit of dust, little bit of firework dust comes off of them. It's the most underwhelming thing. This was like the end of the pay-per-view. Like this was going to be what sets up storylines. This is going to be the thing that you're going to be talking about for the rest of the week. And it is the most underwhelming 2 firecrackers and some dollar store sparklers. It was a nightmare. I felt so bad because like the guys in the ring, like they had to sell that. It's not their fault that the explosives were rigged poorly, or just like they couldn't clear. They couldn't get cleared for like real explosives. It is the thing, yeah. It is the thing that people are going to be talking about for the rest of the week, but not for the reasons that they had hoped. Anyway, it's not the guys in the ring's fault that it didn't go well, but they still had to sell it. They still had to be like, "Oh no, that was the worst thing. I can't move. I'm stuck. I'm dying. I'm dead." So that's the thing that happened that I forgot about until I started playing Tetris. I watched that. I typed in the wrestling chat on Discord. I was like, that ruined the whole match for me. And then I turned my computer off and I went straight to bed. They did sell it very well, but they're gonna have to make promos out of that. They're gonna have to talk about it on Dynamite this week. I feel so bad for them. But I'm sure once I get over how disappointed I am, it will be the funniest thing ever. It'll be like Matt said in Discord, it'll be like watching the Shockmaster debut. Which, if you're not familiar with that, look up Shockmaster debut. He's supposed to bust through a wall, a la the Kool-Aid Man, and give this like really, oh no, all right, it's over, and give this promo. He like the top of his body goes through the wall, and then he just trips and falls, and his helmet falls off, but his helmet is like a bedazzled stormtrooper helmet, right? So imagine this big, like 350-pound man with a stormtrooper helmet on, busts through a wall, falls to the ground, his helmet falls off, he has to put it back on. Everyone else in the room is laughing. The announcers are laughing. Everyone is cracking up at this guy, and they still have to like go through with it. Like Sid Vicious is there, Sting is there. This is like old WCW. Yeah, so he gets back up, he puts his helmet on, and like he's giving this promo, like he's talking, being menacing and stuff, but it's not actually him. It's like very obviously someone else with a microphone giving this like raspy like, "Oh, I'm the Destroyer, I'm the Shockmaster," like. It was so bad. Everything that could have gone wrong did go wrong in that promo. And like Matt said, I mean, probably no one watching here was in the chat, but yeah, the exploding barbed wire death match was definitely AEW's Shockmaster moment. What a nightmare. Oh, I was gonna change that. I'm gonna purposely lose here. I'm gonna change the music. I wanna showcase all the music in these games. Wow, I got 55 points. Let's go. The rest of the pay-per-view was fine though. Like there was a pretty good I'm trying to remember what happened. There was a pretty good Matt Hardy Hangman Adam Page match. That was all right. The circumstances around the match weren't amazing, but the match itself was pretty good. There was a tag team battle royale, which had a really good ending. The guy I wanted to win didn't win, but they still put on a really good show, especially towards the end of the match. So hyped for No Money Matt. True. I love Adam Page so much. He's I love cowboy shit. Yeah, broke Matt Hardy. The next character. The right person won. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that was a really good match. The Face of the Revolution match, which was like it was a ladder match. You have to get the bronze ring, which was straight up just a Sonic the Hedgehog ring hanging above the actual ring. That was pretty good. I wasn't crazy about it. Scorpio Sky won, right? Am I remembering that right? He's fine. I like him. There was a pre-taped cinematic match between Darby Allin and Sting, tag teaming against. It would be great if I could remember these guys' names. Matt, help me out, buddy. Who was Darby Allin and Sting up against? Taz's guys. I'm really bad at names. I also haven't been watching The Weekly Show very much lately. Yeah, Team Taz. I don't remember their names. But that was a pretty good cinematic style match, which is like they did that because like Sting is old. He's like 60. And he retired once due to an injury. So they have to do like pre-taped matches if they're gonna do like crazy spots to like they did with Undertaker's last match at WrestleMania. Just so no one gets hurt. Yeah, it was great. I loved it. The women's championship match was fine. I love Hikaru Shida. I don't know. It was weird. Yeah, the cinematography was really great in the pre-tape match. The women's title match was fine. I love Hikaru Shida. I wasn't crazy about the other person. I feel like they just they put her there to finish up an old story from a different company or something. Dude, Darby Allin jumping off the thing, like you see high-flying spots all the time like that, but that really looked like a bottomless pit. Like, that was so cool. Just the visual of that was amazing. I don't know, it was a fine pay-per-view. I'm glad I didn't pay $50 for it. I used a VPN and said, hey, I'm from London. Give me this for $20, please. There's no way. Especially having not watched in a while, like I'm not gonna spend $50 for a pay-per-view. It's too much for me, especially when WWE like you get all the pay-per-views with them for $10 a month on the network, and soon it will be $5 a month because they're partnering with Peacock. Oh, you did the VPN strats too? That's awesome. Yeah. I mean, you're the one who had the idea. I just didn't know if you were joking about it. It was, yeah, I wouldn't have watched it otherwise, I don't think. I need to watch more It's like, do I really want to spend $30 a month for like Sling or whatever to watch one show? Like, there's nothing else on TV that I care to watch that isn't on another streaming service that I already have. I have like 3 pits. I mentioned this on the Game Boy episode, but the problem with it's over. There's nothing I can do here. I mentioned this on the Game Boy episode, but the thing with classic Tetris is the blocks that you receive are totally random. So you can go, however unlikely it may be, you can go the entire game without seeing a long piece or whatever piece you need. In modern Tetris, you're guaranteed one of each block within like a 14 block time frame. Oh no. You could alternatively do AW Plus on Fight. $5 a month? Oh man, I didn't know that was a thing. Yeah, I'll probably, if I can set that up, that's definitely how I'm gonna watch from now on. Anyway, yeah, the modern Tetris is much more forgiving than classic Tetris. There are a bunch of other things too, like in classic Tetris, when the block hits another block, like when you hear that sound, that's it. Contact has been made, you can't move that block, the next one starts falling. In modern, when the block hits the ground, you can like continue to move it around. You can like, you can flip it, and you can move it like across the whole row of blocks. So if you accidentally place it in the wrong spot, you can kind of fix it. Kinda cheaty, but I don't know. A lot of people like modern Tetris. I don't hate it. I just don't like it as much as classic. After this round, I'll change the music again. The big statistics bar on the left, I think that's just in this one. I don't remember seeing it in any other I largely ignore it. I'm just staring at the funny blocks falling. I forgot that was there until you said it, even though it takes up like 2/3 of, or 1/3 of the screen. Ideally, the values for each block would be, you know, within a couple numbers of each other. But once you get into the late game, you can kind of see just how you'll likely end up with fewer of certain blocks. Oh man, like a lot fewer. Like right now, see how I've had 11 of the I don't even know how to I don't know how to explain it. I've had 11 of that one Z piece, but only 6 of the other. And again, I mentioned this last time. I love Tetris. I've never gotten like really good at it. I play Tetris 99 sometimes, which is the Tetris Battle Royale on the Switch. I play that all the time. I've never came in first. I've never beat a game. But it's fun. I like Tetris. Very sentimental game that it's always been there. It's always been there for me. I said last time, my dad He loves Tetris. He plays it all, or I don't know if he still plays it, but he used to play it all the time. So I got him a Game Boy Color for Father's Day a few years ago, and a copy of Tetris. And my mom said that he plays it like every night, like, or at least when I talked to her about it. She said he plays it every night before going to bed. Like that's his wind down game. And he's not a gamer. He plays that and like Galaga, maybe some other classic arcade games. But he talked to me about it was getting hard for him to see the Game Boy screen because it's a Game Boy Color, right? So it doesn't have a backlight. He has to have the lamp on to see the screen. So I tried. I let him use my backlit Game Boy Advance, and he didn't like that as much because he kept accidentally hitting the shoulder buttons to like change the screen size. And it's a different form factor. It's not what he's used to. So he asked me if there was a way to put a light in the Game Boy Color, and there is a backlight mod for it, but it's not like, they're still kind of working out the kinks. There are some problems with the screen that I want to I want them to kind of fix that before I commit and buy the screen and do the mod for them. When I do that, I'll probably do one for myself too, because it's a really good, like the screen quality is good on those backlight mods. But the current problems are like screen tearing and dead pixels a lot of the time. Just problems with mass production of them. But once that gets fixed, I'll be making myself and my dad a Game Boy Color. So originally I was gonna do this whole Tetris thing like any day that I had to work, right? I was gonna wake up, I was gonna do Tetris, or I was gonna wake up an hour earlier than I normally do, play Tetris after I showered and eat breakfast and all that, and then go to work. I didn't have any work scheduled today, but I just really wanted to do, I really just wanted to do the Tetris thing. So I think I'm gonna do this regardless of whether I work or not. I'm just gonna wake up, do whatever I need to do, play Tetris for an hour, and gonna do that like every day, every weekday. And maybe, I haven't decided yet. My friend Gabby, when I told her about it, she said, "Oh yeah, that's a really good idea. Playing, you could play other Game Boy games too." I was like, "Oh my gosh, why didn't I think of that?" I can totally just play Game Boy games. I don't want this to be like my Twitch stream where I'll play like any game I want, doesn't have to have a theme or whatever. It's not gonna be like my Twitch. Like, I'm gonna play through some Tetris games and some classic Game Boy games, I think. Keep the whole like retro vibe thing going. Because there are a bunch of games, and it's also an excuse for me to like just play some Game Boy games that I haven't gotten around to yet. I have a pretty good Game Boy collection. But a lot of the games are just like, it's not that I don't want to play them. It's just that it's hard to get in the Game Boy mindset, But I don't know. This is good. I'm enjoying what I'm doing here. And once I play all the Tetris games I have, or maybe I'll do Tetris on certain days, maybe I'll do other Game Boy games on other days. I haven't decided yet. All very new, experimental. But there are definitely some Tetris games that I really want to show off. There are some really great ones. Some of them like don't even resemble Tetris. Like it's entirely different game. Like a Tetris Sphere for the N64. That's barely a Tetris game. Oh, that's the worst thing I could have done there. Some of them have wacky mechanics. Some of them have really cool visuals and music. Oh no, all right. All right, time to change the music once more. I got a tiny rocket. Let's go. But I'd like to break 100,000. That'd be nice. Yeah, some chill music 3. I really like this music track. I still haven't like taken I guessed on my last stream that I have like maybe 20 or so Tetris games. I don't actually know. I haven't counted them yet. I know I have 2 different NES ones, a Famicom one. I have Famicom Tetris. I don't know if it's this game or if it's something different. Oh yeah, Music 3 is really good. Famicom Tetris might just be this game, actually. But I'm not sure. So I have 2 or 3 different Tetris games on the Game Boy. 2 for the NES. 1 for the Super Nintendo. 2 for the N64. 2 for the PS1. 1 for PS2. 1 for GameCube. I don't know, there's a lot of Tetris games. Every game that every system that a Tetris game was released for, if I own that system, I have a Tetris game for it. I think. I hope anyway. I just like the idea of being able to play Tetris on anything. And you know, Tetris never changes. I mean, mechanics change, but Tetris is Tetris no matter what. You can put a fresh coat of paint on it, you can change some mechanics, but at the end of the day, Tetris is Tetris. And it doesn't need to change. It's perfect the way it is. There's a really good video by the gaming historian on the history of Tetris. There's a surprising amount of like lore behind the game being made and released in the US. Very, very good video. Even if you've never played a Tetris game, it's a good bit of history that's worth looking into. It's just interesting. This music is so chill. So I had this game when I was a kid, alongside the Game Boy version. And I already said earlier, but I prefer the Game Boy port to this, just because of like the music and it's a simpler art style. I don't know, it just feels more Tetris. But I definitely remember playing this game with my sisters. My sisters are both older than me by quite a bit. My oldest sister is 13 years older than I am, and my middle sister, she's 9 years older than I am. So I was like the dumb baby brother playing NES games with them. So we would hang out, and they taught me how to play Super Mario Brothers at a very young age. They kickstarted my gaming life, I guess. We would I was always their Luigi when we played Super Mario Brothers 3 or Super Mario Brothers 1. I never liked, when I was a kid, I didn't like Super Mario Brothers 2, and in present day I do not like Super Mario Brothers 2. Don't know why. It's just too different for me. Doesn't feel like a Mario game. I mean, because it isn't. It's a ROM hack of another game that existed in Japan already. But yeah, I very much remember. I have a lot of fond memories of playing NES and Sega Genesis and the N64 with my sisters. One time we were on a vacation to Florida. This is just such a bad round, and it's completely my fault. One time we were on a vacation to Florida. My dad would save up some money and take us all to Disney World every like 5 years or so, I guess. So we were on our way to Disney World. We were chilling in the camper. I was asleep, and I don't know why this memory sticks out to me so much, but we were all asleep in the bedroom. I was like 5 at this point, and my sisters turn on the N64 and boot up Banjo-Tooie, and just the opening jingle of that game woke me straight up from my deep slumber, and I annoyed the crap out of my sisters because they were like, "Oh man, we were trying not to wake you up." It's like, yeah, but it's Banjo-Tooie. I love this game. I've been streaming Banjo-Tooie on Twitch a little bit. Like, I've tried to get in a stream a week at least, but you know, sometimes it's hard to keep on. Sometimes it's hard to find the time to stream. Yeah, it's a memory that I'll always have, and I don't even know why. They turned on the console and it woke me up from my dead sleep, and I was like, I want to play Banjo-Tooie with my sisters. I just love that game so much. I should stream it again. I was going to this weekend, but as I said, I got way too into Final Fantasy 12 over the weekend, and so here's what's going on with me in Final Fantasy 12 right now. When they remade the game for the Switch and the PS4 and the Xbox One, they introduced a fast forward function, like to get past some of the grindier parts a little easier. Like you can do 2x fast forward or 4x. So what happened was, I was like, I can grind so much so quickly with this function. So I had just started the game. It was just me playing the main character. I didn't have a party yet, and I just went into the desert and started killing things for hours. I wanted to do everything the game would let me do before progressing with the story, and I did. Just about. So by the time I got other people in my party and I progressed the story, like, I'm just super overpowered. Like, I'm taking down the early game bosses in 15 seconds or less. Just ridiculously powerful for the part of the game I was in. And so I decided, all right, I'll actually play the game. I'll actually make some progress. But every time I get past like a main story beat, I'm like, well, guess I could grind some more. Because like once you do a story mission, there are hunts that open up, and they're meant to be like stronger than you, a little bit of a challenge to get through. You're supposed to have to like strategize and really think about what you're gonna do going into the boss fight. I'm just so strong. I just show up and I kill them, and that's it. I haven't had to stop and grind to progress the story yet. And I'm loving it. I would stream it, but that's not watching me grind for an hour on low level creatures is not good stream content. And by the time I decided, like, yeah, this is a game that I actually want to play, I'm gonna keep playing this. By the time I made that decision, it was too late to like start streaming and then have to explain to everyone like what's happening in the story, because it's Final Fantasy. There's so much going on. Way too much to be able to explain properly. And it's really confusing, because of course it is. But yeah, Final Fantasy XII, it's just Star Wars. I am just playing through a Star Wars game with a different coat of paint. Basically. But it's good. I'm enjoying it. In fact, since I don't have work scheduled today yet, as soon as I finish this, I'm going to finish doing my laundry, and I'm going to go play some Final Fantasy XII. I'm sure work will come up, because things always break over the weekends that they need fixed on Monday. But I haven't gotten an email for it yet. At least I don't think. Yeah, nothing yet. That's one of the things that I dislike about my job currently is, oh, dang it. You don't know if you're going to work on a specific day. Like, I'm just kind of waiting around. Maybe an email will pop up with the job. Maybe it won't. You really never know. So I have to make myself available every day. It's like I'm always on call, basically. It's not fun. I enjoy what I do. I don't like the schedule. I would take a pay cut for a stable work schedule at this point. But I don't know. The job itself is fine. I don't hate what I do. I just hate when I do it. Because the whole reason I was up at 3 in the morning Friday to do a Tetris stream is because I had to be at work at 6 o'clock, 2 hours away. Oh no. Yep, this is over. I had to work so far away, and so I had to be up stupid early regardless. I gotta break 100,000. How long have I been live? Where's the thing? Oh, 47 minutes. Yeah. This will probably be my last go for the day. And then I gotta decide what game I'm gonna play tomorrow. I know what I'm gonna play tomorrow. And it's gonna be a good one. Already off to a bad start. I meant to last second scoot that L block over. Final round. Fight. This is the run. I apologize in advance if I get quiet and when things start getting serious. Tetris Dewey. All right, let's get this garbage cleared out. And then we'll focus on getting Tetrises. There we go. All right, then we'll clear that one, and then we're gonna start setting up our Tetris. Check this out. That's not how T-spins work, apparently. Oh no. I'm so bad. So there's a thing that you can do in this game if you set it up properly called a T-spin. Apparently I don't know how to do it right. But you can have the T block fall and then last second spin it to fit it into a spot that it doesn't look like you can... That it doesn't look like you're supposed to fit a block in. Alright, so let's start shaving this down again. Okay. Now, for real this time. If it'll give me blocks, it makes sense. There we go. Put that there, and that there, and that there. over there. That one over there. Boom. Boom. Okay. There we go. That's what I like to see. Beautiful, flat plane. Boom. Tetris. There we go. Now we're playing the game. Put that there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is the run. Clearing 4 lines at a time is called a Tetris, which gives the most amount of points that you can get for a single block. And if I want to break 100,000 points, that's what I gotta do. I did it pretty easily in the Game Boy run. I don't know if it's... I keep making silly mistakes today. I could blame the controller, but it's probably just me. Like, I shouldn't put this right there, but I did anyway. You don't want to build towers. You don't want to have pits with nothing in them. And I know that, but I do it anyway. Story of my life. I know this is bad, but I'm gonna do it. Check this out. Boom. I'm a genius. We're at 51 lines, almost to 50,000 points. So this is going much better than... Turns out when you focus, you can have a good round of Tetris. Boom. Tetris for Bill. Can I get a long piece? Any long piece fans? Thank you. Not a Tetris, but it'll do. I got confident. And now I'm doing poorly. It's okay. Got a Tetris. Just gotta do a little cleanup here. Man. Not going well. We're gonna save it though. We got this. Oh no, I was trying to do something fancy. Or not fancy, I was just trying to move the block, but I was pushed up against the wall, so it didn't spin. Oh well. It all worked out. Once you really get into it, it's really hard to think about anything other than where you're placing blocks. Talking is difficult. But sometimes I feel like I do really well when I'm like barely paying attention to the game. No! No! Oh no! That's the saddest thing that's ever happened to me. And now I'm panicking. Oh no. Oh no, it's over. Oh, I panicked. I wasn't paying attention, or I was paying attention, I just wasn't thinking good. Oh man. Time. 55 minutes, yeah. That was the last one. That's unfortunate. What a pain. What a bad. But we'll go ahead and put in the name anyway. B-I-L. Well, thank you so much. Sometimes I do really well when I'm not paying attention. Yeah, the final words of doom. Yeah, man, I really wanted to hit 100,000, but on the next one, I'll do better. So I'm not sure if tomorrow I'm gonna play. Okay, there are two different Tetris games that I'm thinking. Tetris DX for the Game Boy Color, which has some other game modes, and then there's the Tengen Tetris, which is an unlicensed NES version of the game. I haven't decided yet. Maybe I'll play them both tonight and see which one I'm feeling. But one of those will be tomorrow's game. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for watching. This has been Tetris Morning Tetris with Bill, which I haven't come up with a real name for yet. Tetris Morning Tetris. Yeah, thanks for hanging out. This has been Bill. March 8th, 2021. Day 2 of Tetris on YouTube. I still don't know how to end these things, because on Twitch I'd be like, thank you so much for watching. Like, who else is streaming? Let's go raid someone. This is exactly what I said last time. I'm just repeating myself. Anyway, I'll let the music play me out. YouTube does this thing where it cuts off the stream early, so I'm just gonna turn my mic off, let the music play for a couple minutes, and then end stream. Thank you for hanging out. I hope everyone has a wonderful Monday, and I'll see you probably not the same time tomorrow, but I'll see you sometime tomorrow morning. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful Monday.